It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
I would be yours.
Could you be mine?
You got money?
Won't you be my neighbor?
You got money?
Whatever money I have, you have.
The guy said, no money, no honey.
Stupid. Okay, Joe. So I know you don't follow the case like I do, but I want to let the people know. So apparently, we're going to read on the Nancy Guthrie case again today. And by the way, one of my new subscribers asked me to read on somebody else, but I think they said Ellie Moore, and I can't find anything on that person. I might have the name wrong. If that's you, could you drop it again? If not, I'm going to go back and look at the last couple of videos in the chat, in the comments, and see what was asked. I know I screenshotted it too, because I wanted to go study up on it. So, apparently, there was a police report that came out, Joe. Alex and them read it. Alex from Criminal Mind and JLR and all of them, they read it. And the police officer or the deputy or whatever wrote in the report that Savannah is the one that was calling the sheriff's department saying, I don't like that guy Alex in front of the house, you know, the tattooed one or whatever. I don't believe it's true.
Let me ask you something. How far apart the houses from each other?
The houses are maybe sitting on half an acre to an acre.
So it's not like we are right here.
No, it's not close like this, but it's not far. The way it seems to me from here is like if we walk, not this house, maybe the third house, not the first house, the second. The third house is the next.
That's a far distance.
You think that's far? Okay.
So why would a neighbor be so concerned all the time?
Well, this is not the neighbor. Savannah is the daughter.
Wait. But before that, they were saying there was a neighbor calling.
Sue Ellen.
But why would I be somebody sitting out there and the neighbor know exactly why they're sitting out there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? To help the lady in a sense. So why would I just keep on calling and the folks them to, oh, get this one from here, get the one from here. They're making.
You remember one time when a guy was just sitting across the street from our house, and I've had a stalker before because I told you guys I have a cooking page. I still don't know who the stalker was. This was 10 years ago. It could have been one of my daughter's friends that she had a falling out with and they came to like play a silly game with her. But because we don't know who it is, we're very cagey and protective and all that stuff, and we watch what's going on. So there was a car parked across the street, so my neighbor rightfully called and said, there's a car parked across the street and I think the guy's sitting there watching your house. When I looked out through the camera and stuff, I didn't think he was watching the house. I think he was just trying to find somewhere to sleep. But that lady called the cops. The neighbor did, and the cops came out and they asked him what he was doing there, and then he said he was just parked there, you know, whatever. And they said, well, you got to move it along. You can't just sit here and park here. And I think he just was sleeping in his car and he just found a quiet street to sleep on. I don't think he meant any harm to anybody on the street, but they had him move along. So like Joe just said, all the cops, deputies, sheriff, whatever, they all know what those guys are out there for.
And all the neighbors know why the guys are out there for, to try to find the lady. You know, so.
And they clean up after themselves. They don't cause any harm. You know, Alex speaks differently than JLR, and JLR speaks differently than the Juice. And all of them have their own style, but none of them are being disrespectful and stuff like that, right? So come back to Savannah. The police report said that Savannah is the one that called and initiated the arrest of Alex. Alex doesn't want to believe it. I think 20 to 30% of Alex doesn't believe it, but a good 70% believes that it's true, because he says, why would the deputy put that in his report? Because then that would be a flat out lie if Savannah didn't really call and tell them that. So I want to ask the question. I'm going to ask it of Lenormand first. And I'm going to ask if Savannah was the one to call the police, like the report said. I'm not going to ask if the report is a lie. I'm going to ask, did Savannah really do this?
If she called the police, she already know what happened.
See Joe jumping ahead.
No, it's true. I mean, if they're the one that called the police, then they already know what happened and just want the people to move because they don't want nobody to mess up this.
When I do Lenormand, I'm going to start reading Alex as this ship also, okay? He's not just going to be the man, he's going to be the ship. Because every time I'm asking about Alex, this ship comes up, and I don't know why. The ship is about journey and travel and stuff. So the first card that comes up when we ask the question, did Savannah really call the law enforcement and tell them to arrest Alex and arrest all the YouTubers out there? Did she really do this? You know, the next question would be, is the deputy lying? You know what I mean? That's what that means. The ship.
And the deputy said it was her?
In the report, he said it. Not verbally. In the report, the deputy said we've gotten several calls from her,
If they say.
and she want them gone, right? So this one is the lilies, and this is about maturity, peace, elders, retirement, purity, and segs. This one. I saw a lady come on, well, I heard, because Juice had a call in. We put Savannah in the middle, so she appeared in the middle. And she's saying she thinks that Tommaso and Savannah were having a thing. I don't think so. I never got that vibe. I don't think so. But that lady was adamant. I'm like, girl, the moon, it's about dreams, intuition, illusion, romance. You know, they're watching from the camera. They put up some cameras now outside instead of just that one Nest Cam doorbell. They're watching. And then 33 is the key, and it's answers, solution, important revelations, opening. This doesn't tell me right off the bat that Savannah did this. Joe, can you go stop the timer for me? I think it's ringing in there for the bagels. I'm making bagels, guys, and I already shuffled this, so let me just cut. I'm gonna pull 5 cards when you're gone. 5 cards. Did Savannah really call these deputies and tell them to arrest these YouTubers? That she really can't stand the YouTubers. Is this true? Even though it's in the deputy's written report, I have questions. I have questions if it's true. All right, so the first card, King of Swords, authority, discipline, truthful, reliable. I don't know who that is. I don't think we gave the King of Swords to Cameron. I think we gave him the King of Wands. 2 of Wands, planning, decisions, discovery, crossroads. The 7 of Swords, deception, fraud, sneakiness, theft. What are you guys thinking? You guys use your intuition too. 3 of Pentacles. They all did it. Cameron's involved too, I believe. Ace of Swords, new ideas, new beginnings. Cameron can't stand the streamers. When John DePietro was out there, he was filming him with his phone like, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? Your mom is missing. You're a whole retired veteran. There was a fighter pilot that worked in intelligence. Why not using all your skills and your contacts to find your mom? Why? Why are you going there? She went to the mom's house or something, and he's with his phone, like filming John DePietro. That man wasn't doing nothing. I don't like John DePietro, but he wasn't doing nothing. The devil, temptation, indulgence, addiction. Joe, these are the cards I got while you were gone asking the same question. I got the King of Swords, some type of authority. That's probably law enforcement. The 2 of Wands, planning, decisions, discovery, crossroads. The 7 of Swords is about fraud, deception, sneakiness, and theft. And the 3 of Pentacles is about a collaboration. And this gave me a feeling that if she was the one that called law enforcement, that they all did it. Not just her. It's her, the brother, maybe even Annie. Maybe even Tommaso. They all did it.
They know from the first start what they were doing here.
What who was doing?
The whole family.
No, okay, what were they doing? What are you saying?
That their parents' mission and stuff like that. And
Okay. So you think they know where the mom is?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Joe's opinion. We don't know anything to be fact because why, Joe? Tarot, Lenormand, and Oracle is for entertainment purposes only.
This is not even bad. That's my feeling that they know.
They know. Okay, so the next question, apparently they put it out. I don't know who allowed it to come out. That the second ransom note said that Miss Nancy died shortly after getting kidnapped and that she is buried with nature, right? I don't believe any of the ransom notes. I mean, I believe the notes exist, but I believe a couple of them trolls wrote it just to insert themselves into this thing.
If the lady was dead, don't you think the sheriff and all the law enforcement was going to talk about it?
I think if law enforcement knows that she's dead, they have to.
Yeah,
they have a legal obligation to tell the public this lady is dead because people are using their resources. Nobody asked them. In the beginning, Savannah asked for help. In the beginning. And then after that second ransom note came, they came on camera. Annie looked nervous. And I thought it was because maybe she could be guilty. But I think it's because maybe she knows whatever the hell they put her up to do, whatever. Because I don't feel like Annie's, if the family's involved, I don't feel like Annie is the mastermind.
So
let's put it that way.
You're going to keep on hiding the lady for the rest of her life?
So Annie had her hair crazy, had on some glasses, and she blinked, blink, 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 blink. Joe, you have to see that video. Cameron sat in the back like, to me, Cameron's look was like, I hate these two snitches in front of me right here because they don't got me involved in this mess. I don't know that Cameron's involved. I'm just saying. These are my thoughts. If you should hear what we talk at the kitchen table, we can't talk that publicly. Are you crazy? So we have to really go in with a mind that it could not be true. Now let me tell you what they said when they came on video. She says, we got your message. I'm going to loosely do it. We got your message and we hear you, or something like that. And please, or we understand, something like that. She said, please return our mom to us so we can celebrate with her. And that's when people started to think she could be dead because of celebration of life, yada yada. So that's why she says, well, I think it's real. But I went back to look at the Jussie Smollett case because this feels like a Jussie Smollett vibe to me. Remember him, Joe? Handsome black guy was on that show Empire, and then he said that he was attacked racially and homosexually motivated attack on him, and there were like 3 African guys or whatever that did it, and they later came out to say he paid them to do it. And I don't know why he did it, if he's just mentally ill or if he just wanted to make sure that he got a bigger paycheck on that show or something like that. I don't know why.
Could never tell.
But he went to jail. They convicted him on this case, and I think they sentenced him to something like 150 days or something, almost 6 months. And he only served 6 days. And then later on it was overturned on appeal because they said that they tried him for a case that was already settled because they had already come to a deal. I think Tyler Perry and them were like negotiating a deal for him or whatever.
Okay.
You know. Anywho, the whole moral of that story was it was a lie. Now, I never suspected Savannah of having anything to do with her mom's disappearance until one day when Chris McDonough from the interview room was talking on, he had a panel on, and I was doing the dishes. And I had the phone propped up on the toaster there, and he said, I think majority of the time Chris thinks Annie and Tommaso has something to do with it, but he's not sure, right? 'Cause I don't want to put words in his mouth. I've gone back and forth from them, but I never once thought about Savannah and Cameron, right? That they're involved in this. I thought they were above reproach till Chris said, I can rule out 2 people from this case for sure. I can rule out Savannah because she was in New York at the time, and I can rule out Cameron because he was in Vermont at the time. And I said, can you though? The words just came out of my mouth as I listened to it. And I go, sometimes Joe will turn around and go, huh? You talking to me? I'm like, no, I'm talking back to these podcasters, right? And I said, can you though? Can you really rule them out? Because people can be involved in things and hire people to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I suspect that Cameron was in Tucson because the lady had a birthday January 27th. And they said people saw him in town, and they said they saw him in town after too. And he got there real quick from Vermont. He had to pass New York, right? To get from Vermont. He had to pass New York to get there, and he got there before Savannah did. And then even after I said that, I think I still didn't really believe they were involved, but I just didn't believe that you could just summarily just rule people out like that. You're not even in the investigation. But I've noticed something. Since Chris from the interview room went over there, boots on the ground for a week, and he was talking to people and interviewing these drug addicts and the homeless and da-da-da, and talked to law enforcement, yada, yada, yada. And he put on his video, all of a sudden, Savannah wore a black dress, and Bush's daughter, what's her name? Jenna Bush? Is that Jenna Bush? She wore a white dress. Everything is planned, Joel. Like when she went back the first day, they all wore yellow because people were taking yellow flowers there because yellow means friendship and love or whatever, right? Or hope or whatever. And so now I'm in black, she's in white, and everything's just like all planned out. And she goes, yeah, we believe that the ransom note was true, and you know, my mom's possibly dead or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what would shock me in this case, Joe? You know what would utterly shock me? If they find Miss Nancy's dead carcass. Because right now it would be bones, right? If they find her dead, I'd be shocked. Because I so wholeheartedly believe that she's alive.
I think so too.
You're not just saying that because I'm saying that, though, right? That's your own thought.
I mean, the way how this thing is going.
Another thing that would shock me, like floor me, is if it's a random stranger who did it, like this cartel connection or this Richard Nolet cipher connection, all these homeless people, drug addicts connection. If any of that were true, that would shock me. What wouldn't shock me? If it comes out that the family's involved, starting with Savannah. That wouldn't shock me at all. And I'm not saying they did it. I'm just saying that would not shock me.
Know,
just my opinion.
You the news, you want to announce this. What kind of job the daughter do? Is a newscast.
The new job.
Before that.
The job. She's a talk show host, just like Sherry Shepherd, her friend.
You don't think the news don't want to bring out the whole stuff, Miss So find a daughter dead or whatever.
And okay, Joe, we've asked the question. She has this big platform over there at that news desk, and we asked why did she not every week say, or if not every day, every week say, can you please help me find my mom? And you could say, okay, well, because she believes the lady's dead because of that note, so that's why she's not asking. But wouldn't you want to find your